How long is your show and how long have you been doing it?
Well, that's kind of a loaded question. I have 2 shows every morning. Each one is 4 hours long. One goes from 5 to 9, and the other one goes from 6 to 10. So, I mean, technically I spend 8 hours between 2 stations on the radio every day. And I've been in radio since I was 15 years old, so about 15 years.
Now, can I come in
Yeah.
with that though? Yeah. So, do you still have the same pie chart, like an hour, and you know you have your block, and then there's something that comes in 20, something that comes in 40, and then top of the hour with the ID and all that stuff. Does that still work?
Yeah, that still happens. It's very flexible for us because we're not really a formatted station in any way, so breaks kind of float. We have.
So when you say not formatted, what does that mean? You're not
we don't have hard times, so we don't have to hit a newscast at a certain time. We don't have to hit certain commercial breaks or certain liners at certain times. Like B100, they have newscasts they have to hit at a certain time. MNC, they have specialty features that they have to hit at exact times. But because we don't have anything we have to do at an exact time ever, then, I mean, breaks can float. So I do 4 breaks an hour per show. Or there are 4 commercial breaks per hour per show. The top hour of the commercial break for the morning show is weather, pretty much. It's pretty much all weather. The next break is sports and commercials. Then there's 1 more commercial break. And then if we have any more commercials, there's another break at the bottom of the hour. And those kind of float and you can adjust. And if you're running long, you can move spots to one break or another. So long as you don't go over 3 minutes worth of commercial spots in one break, it's okay. So usually we'll air about 9 minutes worth of commercials every hour, which for a lot of stations is pretty good. 51 hours or 51 minutes an hour of content's pretty decent.
Why did you decide to do radio?
Because I like to talk.
And then you stated that the path was from speech and debate.
Speech and debate.
And then that's all through high school.
Yep. And then college and professionally too. I like the idea of being able to be a voice for people who need one but don't have one. Does that make sense? That's the sort of stuff that I like to do. Just being in news, I kind of stumbled into that one on accident, and I'm pretty good at it. So it's kind of hard to get out of some things, and you're pretty good at them.
Oh yeah.
Even if you don't like it, it's kind of you just always seem to get dragged back into it. But like this sort of stuff, when I get to go out and do community spotlights, talking to you guys and bringing you guys in here. Tomorrow I'm going out to the 4-H fair to go talk to some people. Yeah, that's the sort of stuff that.
That's in Joseph County?
Yeah, Elkhart County.
Elkhart County?
Yeah, I focus this station, Froggy, is almost entirely Elkhart County focused. Yeah, with the exception of like a little bit of Kosciuszko County, it's all Elkhart. I live in Elkhart too. I moved back, when I moved back home, I moved back into the Concord district, so I live over off of Goshen Avenue.
Yeah. Your next question, Toby, you got one?
So, do you look up your songs and then play them?
Well, so the way it works is we have automation software, which I assume is probably similar to what works over at the community station. I am responsible for basically creating a pool of music. It's a giant library. We have over 1,000 songs in our library. I'd like to have over 5,000 songs. We'll get there eventually. But what the software does is you tell it to say, I want this sort of song to play at this time, and then you create an order. And it's called and I can show you guys the software too. It's called a clock. You create a clock, and let's say I want to play a 2000 song, then I want to play a 1990s, and then I want to play a 60s and an 80s or whatever. You build it into this clock, and then at the beginning of each week, you go into the system, and you pull all your clocks up, you make any changes that you need to make, and then when you're done making those changes, you hit a button, and it creates what are called logs. Now, logs are kind of like the code of the radio station, right? The log is what this is running right now. If you want to come over here, I can show you the logs too. I turn around and show you, but this thing doesn't go that far. So, this is a log right here. This is literally everything that will play on this station today. From midnight all the way through the day to my show where we are right now, which is what's right there.
And is that 24 hours or is
this is a 24-hour cycle,
oh,
all the way through.
Just for the 24-hour we're in, or 24-hour all the time
for
the whole year?
And then the next day is BAM.
Oh, and the next day is already.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And I haven't uploaded the clocks yet for this one. So this is what a blank log looks like.
Okay,
you see how it just says empty song slot?
And 00 and all that stuff.
Yep. And I can show you the difference here in a few minutes, but it's all ready to be filled. It's like a template. That's the word I'm looking for.
Uh-huh.
It's like a template. And then you go through the song selection system, and it tells this program what to put where. And then you just do it for a whole week. And that just constantly, you just redo it every week. You just kind of constantly make changes.
So that probably on Monday, you make your log for the whole week.
I do it on Tuesdays because I don't like to, if I'm busy on a Monday, sometimes things happen. Mm-hmm. I would rather not be like scrambling to get that done. But on Tuesday, I'm usually pretty calm. But yeah, most people pick their time for the day. So like example, I've got this set through Tuesday. I need to get it done today, right? Mm-hmm. That software system. Oops, I don't want that there. 1 second. Okay. And this is, the radio station will literally run itself. Now, it won't run forever. If the world were to end tomorrow, and for some reason all the radio stations were left, all the radio stations would eventually turn off. There's really no such thing as a radio station that just keeps itself going. Some internet stations might, but eventually the internet would go down, so you're not going to hear that either. If every station goes through that, whether it's a news station or a rock station, everyone has clocks. Everyone has to go through and enter clocks and logs and do all this other different stuff. It's just kind of the foundation of how it works. Now there's about 1 billion different softwares out there to do it. We use, where am I? Ooh, no, I already have it open. So we use a program right here that's called G Selector. And this is what a clock looks like. Okay, let's see if let's go into...
Oh, that's that pie chart thing.
Yep, there's kind of your pie chart. So if you look at the clock, you can see all the blue things are songs. All the yellow things are what's called imaging or commercial breaks. Imaging is like when you hear someone come on and it says, Froggy 102.7, and then it goes into the next song. This all of that runs right through here. Okay. Now morning show, not very song heavy because there's more talk and there's more break. But if you go to the daytime, a lot more songs. Okay, you're up from maybe 15 songs an hour to like 19 songs an hour. And all of it's in here, including voice track breaks where the DJs would come in and they would say what they would say and do their thing. In fact, if you listen here, you're going to hear a piece of imaging in about 5 seconds. And if I timed out right, well, this song's a little depressing, but after this song plays, it should fade into the next piece of imaging, and then the imaging will fade into the next song. So it all should work pretty seamlessly, if I did my job right.
More variety, more fun on Froggy 102.7.
Now we do this manually. All this stuff that you see how that goes. So we do this manually. We use a virtual DJ software for the show that we do, because the other one just plays automatically with whatever is on there. But we have our own 2-hour segment.
Okay.
That have to come in and do this.
So you guys basically live record a whole show and then just put it into the system?
No, we do it live.
No, oh, okay. Oh, so your whole show's live?
Yes, the whole show is live. But for her, because school's going to start in August and all that stuff, that's the reason we wanted the equipment, so that we can at least voice track it and figure out a way, because people who are running the station are just figuring it out as they go to. And I had a little bit of experience in college. So.
If they ever want help, they can ask. Hold on.
Okay. I'll tell Manny.
Well, I mean,
Manny's the owner.
I've met, is it, I can't think of her name, Carmen?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you know Carmen.
I've met Carmen.
Surprise in the Balloon lady.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
I've met Carmen, and she was really sweet. If they want help with anything, I'm happy to help.